Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Colum Tyrrell Podcast. Today's guest is Eleanor Kerrigan, LA comedian from Philadelphia. Very funny woman. Go see her live. Go check out her dates. She's always on the road with Andrew Dice Clay. Remember that guy? So, yeah. Go check that out. What a terrible way to intro someone. But listen, I'm not very good at this. So, if you want an extra episode of this shit, head over to patreon.com/Colum Tyrrell. You get an extra episode every week. Plus, you got the back catalogue. It starts at as little as $5 a week. Plus, it's just a way for you to consume stuff without feeling like a dirty, guilty leech. All right? Sign up. If you don't like it, you can leave. All good. Patreon.com/Colum Tyrrell. It's also an opportunity for you to get your questions asked on the podcast. I've got dates coming up. I'm going to be in Florida. I'm going to be in Texas, Austin. I'm going to be in Poughkeepsie, New York. I'm going to be in Hartford. I'm not adding dates in Chicago. I've got St. Patrick's Day at the Comedy Store, March 17th. That fucking gonna sell out. Buy tickets to that. I think Santino's coming down. Rick Glassman's coming down. Josh Potter's coming down. Kurt Metzger probably, unless he's passed out from heroin. It's going to be sick. St. Patrick's Day. Got Shane Todd, Irish comedian. He's going to be there. And we've invited a bunch of people. It's going to be fucking nuts. March 16th, I'm going to be in San Diego. Those tickets aren't on sale yet, but I'm going to add them. And then hopefully March 19th, San Francisco, potentially. If you're from San Francisco, hit me up. Let me know, because that's still 50-50. I'm adding dates all the time. You can go to columtyrrell.com for all of those dates. Listen, very special show. If you want to see me ever, March 10th, New York City, at the Stand Comedy Club, Midnight Circus, my baby, my creation, the weirdest comedy show in the world. We got Big J on the lineup, Louis J. Gomez on the lineup. Who else did I have? Tim Burtley on the lineup. We've got fucking acrobats, midgets. Fucking, it's going to be nuts. I'm going to be wearing a top hat, dressed up like a ringleader. It's called Midnight Circus. It starts at midnight. It's going to be fucking legit. The stuff I have planned is going to be unreal. You're going to regret missing this. I'm going to be on shrooms. Tim Burtley's going to be on shrooms. It's going to be a fucking shroomy, trippy, fucking sick night. Get tickets to that. Of all the things, I'm literally asking you to go to that, because I'm fucking proud of this. It took a long time to get the show organized right, and I think it's going to be legit great. So here's Eleanor Kerrigan, very funny comedian. Follow her. Let her know you enjoyed the podcast. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Colum Tyrrell Podcast, the LA series. We're joined by very funny comedian Eleanor Kerrigan.
Oh, thank you.
Philly's finest.
Philly's finest,
South Philly's finest. So, Eleanor, what's it like being a woman in comedy?
Whoa. I'll tell you when I get fully transitioned. I'll definitely let you know. Everybody always asks that.
I know, yeah, I was messing around.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, they do always say that, right?
Really?
As a woman, what's the thing? Or do you ever get this, that they say female comedians hate this, is when an audience member goes, I thought you were great, and I don't usually like women.
By the way, you people that say that, and I say you people with all intents purposes, like, yes, You people are in a category of your own, and literally they say it to every single female comic.
I know, yeah.
I've never met a female comic that was like...
Every female comic gets that as the thing. Like, I don't normally like female, but you were great.
They say it to me continuously.
Because I feel like I'd like that, kind of. If someone said to me, like, listen, I honestly I don't usually like male
comics.
But yeah, actually, that would bug me, because then I'm like, what am I, gay? What is that? I would think, yeah.
No, I wouldn't think like that. I don't, it's just like, normally I hate you people. That's how it comes out.
Yeah, normally
it's a dumpster fire when a woman opens the show, or a woman's headlining, or what. Like, I've done shows where it's all females.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, right, just like that. There was a show, like, way in the beginning, we were doing a show. John Lovitz had a comedy club.
Okay.
And it was on City Walk. Universal City Walk, and they were like, we're doing an all-woman show, and in the middle of it, some dude that worked there went up and did a half hour.
Oh yeah?
He was horrendous.
What, he just grabbed the mic?
He worked there, or he was part of the show, or maybe he helped produce it, and he was doing all women and he did a half, and he was bombing.
Oof.
And I just made it my job to rip him to shreds.
Yeah.
And I did successfully. And people
Good.
Some people liked it. He did not like it.
Fuck
He
him.
still gives me the hey.
Yeah. But there might be a thing that as well if you go to if it's billed as an all-female show and then you see.
But I feel like he did it on purpose.
Is female bad? Is which is the one? God, I don't know. Is female bad? You're not supposed to. Do you know that?
What are you talking about?
Isn't female a bad word now?
Because it has male in it?
No, it's because it's like it's a
female. I don't know.
Calling someone female is bad because of science or some shit, right? What is it?
Because it's the distinction between sex and gender? Is that
It's
what you
a
mean?
different thing. Yeah. You're not supposed to call women females, and I always, or maybe it's another one.
I think you're not supposed to call them females because a lot of like men's rights activists and men going their own way call women females as a way to like.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
I heard
Like all that Reddit shit.
I heard the point.
Ma'am. I've heard ma'am.
Ma'am.
When you say ma'am, women get mad.
Do they?
Yes.
I think it's because you're like an older woman. Is
I
it?
think
It's
so.
It's like
But my like
miss. It's miss. I'm still
Mrs.
Mrs. Oh, is there? Oh,
I'm really young.
Is there a Mr. Ma'am?
There's a Mrs. Misters. Yeah, I never heard that. The female, ma'am, definitely. People get mad. It doesn't bother me.
There's a science. Someone explained it because like you're supposed to call them women, not females, or something like that. But I guess I'm just like I don't get it. Whatever.
I prefer cunt.
Yes.
Right to the point. Let's not. Oh,
Yes.
is this a PG show?
No, there's cunts and male cunts. You got male cunt and then you got cunt.
Well,
you know?
it's universal.
Like the way it's comedian and female comedian. It's cunt and male cunt. That's the equivalent.
Why not? My brother just did that to me because I go, oh, I'm a comic, and Billy goes, comedian.
Oh, comedian. Comedian is also.
When did you start making me a girl? I was so mad. I was like, what?
Comedian seems like a 1920s cigarette in a straw type of a thing, right? A comedian.
Yeah, like I can't see Joan Rivers being like, I was a comedian or I'm a comedian. You know, just she's a comic. We're comics.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know. I never said it wrong.
I still go by waitress and waiter. And I'm supposed to be just waiter.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's just good to know, like if you're telling a story,
actress, actor. Yeah,
I'll follow the actor thing because apparently genders aren't supposed to matter.
Yeah, we're an actor.
But waitress and waiter, I don't think people get insulted like that stuff.
Yeah, I always say waitress.
And they go, waiter, it's a gender neutral thing. And you go, I guess, this is the hill you're going to die on? You get a better job.
For a while, I was a head waitress. So I go by waitress. And head, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's my top.
The main blowjob waitress.
Yes, she gives it all.
But yeah, but again, those guys, people that say, we're talking about people that say you were funny for a comedian, female comedian. I think I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah. You should embrace it and go, yeah, I'm the best.
Fuck yeah.
I'm the best comedian.
I'm the best comedian and comic.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Like, I don't know. You're supposed to like Ric Flair it, I guess. Just say you're the best, the greatest. You know, that kind of confidence.
Yeah.
Those people that do.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
A lot of people do that. And you're supposed to just exude insane confidence. Like people get mad at it. Like, oh, he's so cocky or she's so cocky. And it's like, no.
Yeah, the guys get cocky, women get cunty or bitchy.
Cunty,
like
yeah,
that.
sure. We don't. Yeah. We're definitely not on the same playing field.
No. Yeah.
We start out as cunts. We end up as it's weird. It's like
you're just a cunt. No matter what you act, you gotta.
No matter what country we're in, we're always.
It's contagious.
Yes.
Nice.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. How long have you been out in LA? Like
way too long, to be quite honest.
Really?
Yeah, because I moved here really young, trying to be an actress.
Oh, actor.
Actor.
Please cut that out. Don't let her get cancelled.
Bleep. Please bleep.
You're getting cancelled.
Cess pool that we live in.
Yeah.
But when I moved here, I was gonna move to New York because Philly, it's right there.
Yeah.
And I was going up to NYU and doing student films with all my friends for a long time, but it was a nightmare. And New York was so expensive.
Oh, it was.
So I went to LA and I think my first apartment, I got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage
Oh, what nice.
for $850.
You're just like a little thing.
I was like, this is hilarious because
Yeah.
New York $850 got you like the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Oh, something went out there.
That was it. You're playing around with the ones and twos there.
Yeah,
That's
bring
all
it
right.
up on the ones and twos.
Yeah,
But
can I get my cans? Can I get my cans up?
yeah, $850 definitely got you outside in New York.
But now
that is it.
Now it might be
Now
the opposite. It's the opposite.
Now it's about the same.
I think it's roughly, maybe not in Manhattan, but I don't know anyone who lives in Manhattan really.
Really?
Not really. No one's in Manhattan anymore. It's crazy. It's way too expensive for like a starving comedian style.
Sure.
You know, for
Sure.
my little
They
generation.
move on the outskirts like Brooklyn or
As soon as you can really afford Manhattan, you're kind of moving out. You're kind of gone.
Right.
In comedy. I mean.
Interesting. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because, well, most people start a family and
Yeah, they got to Westchester if they count the money.
heavy.
Yeah.
Can't imagine like raised. I know people that were born and raised in Manhattan, and I'm like, how?
That's crazy.
How?
Yeah. The idea of like, I'm not going to go out, I'm not going to go play outside. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
Someone's going to slash you.
And my friend was one of my closest friends was Roosevelt Island.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she would take that ferry.
Ring, ring, ring.
Yeah.
Goes the trolley.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. Goes the bell. That's
Wow,
not-
that's the worst Judy Garland I ever heard, but I liked it.
Oh, well, I didn't want to go
Clank,
off.
clank, clank on the trolley.
Is that what it is? Yeah. But so that must be
Have
nice.
you ever taken that thing?
I
That-
have taken it, yes.
Really?
Yeah. Just for the sake of taking it. There's nothing in Roosevelt Island.
Right. She said the same thing, and she was young, and she always says, if you want to know what it was like growing up in Roosevelt Island, just watch the movie Kids. And I'm like, oh my God. Have you ever seen the movie Kids?
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yes.
So
And I'm
she was
sure-
like, yeah, she goes, that's a mild version of it. And I was like, holy shit.
I think anywhere in New York is just growing up is crazy.
Yeah.
There's just so much shit going on.
And it's so easy to get into shit.
Yeah, but I'd walk to Washington Square Park now. I'm 32 and I'm looking around going, this is insane.
You
And
definitely.
so if you're 14 and that's where you hang out, you skateboarding, doing fentanyl, whatever the fuck you do.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, listen.
I'm kidding. I've never.
You can't get good fentanyl in this town anymore.
It's bullshit. Things have changed.
Look, this isn't a sponsor, by the way, but I do love their product, Liquid Death.
Try to get them as a sponsor. Guys,
How do
he
I do
loves
that?
you. Liquid Death. Are you listening?
Do you guys work
You have
with
to
it?
tag 'em.
Does Liquid Death sponsor any of the other pods around here?
No, we don't have any Liquid Death sponsors, unfortunately.
Dang
Fuck them. It's a fucking great thing. Honestly,
I don't know. The water in a tin can.
I've never been.
Plastic's bad enough.
I've never hated a product. I've never hated a product more.
Didn't they have the box for a while too?
No, the cans come in the box, right?
And you know what I'm talking about? The box water.
Like boxed wine. Yeah. No, this is canned wine. This is canned wine.
There is one just called boxed water.
Maybe
which
a- yeah.
is
Oh, I
it
hate
has-
that one.
It has like New York City tap water in it.
Yeah, I think
It's-
so.
and
the whole
it's a-
People are
it's-
like, you want a box water? I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
it's like a carton
I
of milk
don't.
kind of thing. And
Yeah.
you twist it. And that's horrible. That's a horrible one. But
Horrendous.
This is good because I've been drinking beer my whole life. So
Mm-hmm.
I've got like a natural. Once this is in my hand, it feels good to me. It feels like a beer. And then I drink it. My brain
You
is
get
like,
buzzed.
my brain is like, yo, drink that beer.
Down
So,
it,
but
down it. And
it's
you're
also-
like, whoa, I can really down these.
And I think they started as a joke, did they? Is that do some of these companies,
Did they really?
they start as like a sketch and then it gets so popular, you're like, oh, fuck it, let's make the company.
That's so
Kinda like-
lucky people's thing. Like I've started a lot of things as
Yeah.
a joke, and guess what? They
no.
stayed a joke.
Yeah.
They're like, that was the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I don't know how good they're doing. It's a product that's regularly
But I
promoted
see it everywhere.
on podcasts, but that's usually a bad
Well, no, but
sign.
even if you go to a festival or like,
Yeah.
I remember being at a music festival and that was everywhere. And I was like, the name, I think,
It's-
especially a rock festival, the name's killer.
I think they signed an exclusive with Live Nation.
That's the
Wow.
thing is,
Which is worth billions of dollars.
but
Yeah,
they're in that
yeah,
phase where it's like it's everywhere you go, it's free. Like Red Bull used to be free everywhere. Do you remember those days? No, in Ireland anyway.
kinda.
Everywhere you turn was just like there was a Red Bull van of just these chicks throwing Red Bull everywhere.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
They
then
used to do it.
everyone would drink it, and then one day they were like, "All right, no more free Red Bull," and we're like, "All right, I'm not drinking that."
Wasn't it? I think it was in England. The first person died from the Red Bull vodka.
Fuck them, up the rat, fuck the Brits.
I'm with you. I'm
Yeah,
like, fuck yeah, let's
fuck
go.
these
Let's send them
English.
some more Red Bull. We're still holding grudges.
Send one
man.
to the king. Send one to the king.
The Queen, she didn't have any. It took her a long time.
She never had that, and they wouldn't let it go in her body.
People were crying over that. Were you upset?
About the Queen?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't have.
Yeah,
I was
no one gives a
indifferent. I was
shit.
indifferent. It was funny though. There was a lot of people talking about Irish celebrations. Almost like,
Oh, it was
yes.
so funny, the Irish Twitter thing.
Oh, Irish Twitter was great.
Screaming.
That was
laughing.
fun. But it's all a lot of people that a lot of modern Irish anti British sentiments, kind of like ironic, kind of,
Yeah.
And it makes sense. You're allowed. It's like a post-colonial irony or whatever.
Sure.
So
Right,
like when
right,
she
right.
danced, we're all like dancing around.
Right,
like-
right.
But again, some people are like, "Yo, fuck the Queen. It's great. She's dead." It's like, oh yeah, that's what you get when you
That's
fuck with Ireland. You live to the ripe old age of 97. Let that be a lesson to you. It was like, yeah, she got it. She was at the
What
best.
did she take from Ireland? Just life, I guess. She
Well,
she
yeah.
sucked in all the souls.
She did, yeah.
She
But
just, God bless her. I mean, she held on
it
forever.
was the symbolism of the crown, I
Mhm.
guess. It was
Yeah.
pretty- I don't think her personally, as far as I
Right.
know, it was more like there was more politicians than her.
Yeah.
Like Margaret Thatcher was a cunt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
With the hunger strikers and all that. But,
Yeah.
The
Those
Queen,
twats.
yeah.
My mom, I always talk about that because I'm like, the famine and Ireland and all that stuff. And she's like, I got a question. I go, mind you, she's American, but,
Yeah.
fully Irish. And she goes, why didn't they just eat fish?
Mm.
And I'm like, are you saying that the Irish are so dumb
Yeah.
that they're looking at the water like, wonder what's in there? Probably
Exactly.
nothing.
You know what? And
When are these potatoes coming back? This is bullshit. Like,
I get it. And it's one of my things because with comedy, I always see.
but the English controlled it.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
why.
But I see so many comedians, a lot of comedians that have the same bit where they go, the Irish, they love potatoes so much that once they got rid of potatoes, they all just decided to die rather than eat cabbage or whatever.
Sure. Well, we're not. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
so-
the only vegetable we do.
We're living
not
picky
crazy.
eaters. Yeah. But
Are you a picky eater?
No, I'm not at all.
Oh, I am.
Oh, you are? Really?
My whole
No, I
family.
hate that.
Horrible
I'd be
people.
embarrassed to be a picky eater. I'd force myself to.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
You can't be picky. You're picky. What? You don't.
Well, I'm American. We're spoiled.
Americans aren't. I don't think.
We're not eating that. We'll eat this. We have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah,
Brit.
I think a lot of people don't realize that the famine was more of like a genocide to a degree. where they-
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are just like, what?
Where they just took everything. They go, we're,
100%. They
and they go-
had control
they go,
of
you
every single thing they did.
and they go, you can have the potatoes because they're so shit and cheap to make. And then when they died, there was like, oh, we have nothing.
right.
But then again, without the famine, we wouldn't have had everyone move over here. We wouldn't have JFK.
right.
R.I.P.
Oh, R.I.P.
king.
My mother still thinks we're related. I'm like,
Yeah,
we're not.
you might be.
We're
You
not.
never know.
We're not related.
Maybe he's your dad. You ever think about that?
And I think he pulled out more.
Yeah, pull out king. Yeah,
Could be my daddy.
It
It'd
turns
be
out
amazing.
it turns out the CIA killed him. Did you hear about that? Did you read about that?
I'm not. It's it's going to be 50 years. Is it 50 years this year? Is that right?
I don't know.
Was it like
I think
65?
so, something like that.
63.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be
60 years.
big 60 year. That's
Mm.
it. And I just know because my mom was like, why don't they let him rest? And she's reading about him because she's, to her, it's a family member.
Yeah.
So and I'm like, Mom, they just, it's
She's like-
clickbait.
she's like, what a-
Leave it alone. It's clickbait. You clicked on it. Like,
Yeah, she's like the
but she's 84. She's not going to be like,
can we let this go? You're like one of Jeffrey Dahmer's
my
family
poor
victims,
friend.
remember?
Oh, yeah.
Or they're like, please stop making all these documentaries, and that's your mother about the JFK. Come on, stop bringing it up.
I mean, JFK did some shit, but he didn't eat anybody. Well,
Marilyn
Marilyn,
Monroe.
maybe. Yeah.
Uh,
But not fully.
no, but it was the CIA.
He
It's
left
been-
her for dead, for sure.
He did.
but-
Yeah, they killed her. Yeah, for sure. The CIA killed her. They killed him. But that's what
Yeah.
they said. It was
It's none of my business.
Lee
to be quite
Harvey
honest.
Oswald worked for the CIA. That was
Mhm.
released just like a week ago. And it
I
was
feel like that's been out for a long time.
now the theories, it was definitively confirmed. And then
I see what you're saying. Okay,
and
so
then
it
the
was
guy
always-
and then the guy who killed Lee Harvey
Right.
Oswald, he committed suicide the next day or something crazy. Like that,
Yeah.
But it's all this stuff has come out that it was the CIA just wants to get rid of the cunt. Can't have the Irish, but then Biden's in.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P.
Does Biden know he's in?
Yes,
He's dead, right?
He's
Or-
in. He's out. He's doing the hokey pokey.
Is he Biden or Bernie? Like, this is in. That sucks. Yeah, he every time I watch an interview or like a clip, they really fuck him up. Like,
Yeah, it's funny. It's like fucking hilarious how bad and mumbling he is, and it's not even like just a Fox News exaggeration. He really is a bumbling fucking
100%.
old idiot.
And my mom said that my grandmom would go to see him like talk in supermarket, like parking lots, like when he was first starting out.
Back in the
she loved him. She was like, this guy's amazing. And so my mom voted for him, and she's like, because my mom loved him, I'm gonna vote for him. But my mom didn't know who he was, she remembered him vaguely, but she didn't really pay attention. She has 10 kids. She's not really paying attention to who's running shit. She's got other shit to do.
Yeah. But even Biden, if you look at some old clips of his from the day, he did have it together. And it's very similar. He's very similar. It's just not right.
Slightly off.
But it's even like if that was my dad now and we saw him like fall up the stairs, there'd be a look between the kids going, is he old?
We should probably get him out of here.
Yeah.
You think?
I'm at that age now where like me and my friends or like our parents are getting to those ages where we're kind of like, I think you might have a thing. Like we're all kind of, and Biden's perfect like that.
Yeah. How old are your parents?
70 and 65.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. But, our friends we're getting on. Everybody, today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know them. You love them. I use them. I used to be an angry little boy screaming slurs out of my Uber rides around New York City. Just anti-Semitic, dirty words. And ever since I went to BetterHelp, I've been able to talk to my therapist and get to the bottom of these deep-rooted issues. It turns out I've got a small penis and I actually project a lot of anger onto the rest of the world. When life gets you feeling overwhelmed, working hard with a therapist can make you more prepared to take on everything life throws at you. I've been using BetterHelp for months now. My career has never been better. I'm in a hot tub with Tim Dillon. Life is going fucking great. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/Collie today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/Collie, COLLIE. Let me do that again. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Collie. Get 10% off today. Your friends and family will thank you. You can be a better person. Back to the show. But there's a great clip of Biden. I can't even remember what it was, rambling. And he said something about, it was like a motivation. He's like, if you can get up and every day put one foot in front of and then
in your sock, you're like, wait, what?
And then the dreams will be whatever forever.
And we can all rub one out.
Yeah.
What? Like you're just like, what did he just say? Like it's that bizarre.
Yeah, but people have been using it on TikTok as like a motivational speech. They go,
sure.
Woke up today, didn't feel like jogging until I heard Biden's rambling. I like him. I've always liked the guy. He's like I like the fact that he's like this old.
Yeah.
He's walking around. He just wants to suck on a hard candy or whatever he wants to do. He doesn't really want to
be president.
No, he doesn't know.
He doesn't really know how. I mean, I think he knows how. I just think it took so long, and they were so desperate that it was like. People are like, "Oh, it was fixed." I'm like, "It's always fixed." I don't know.
Welcome
Why is
America,
this news
babe.
to you? It's like, what's his name being from the CIA, Lee Harvey Oswald? Why is this news to anybody?
Yes, yeah,
it's been corrupt for years. Every side of it, every side.
Yeah, no, I love it. Every week we just hear something with Biden and he's doing something stupid and he can't talk. They must have to prep for a long time.
Yeah,
have huge signs of like.
Wrap it up. Or people poking him at the bottom.
There's nothing quite like when he just gives up. He goes, you get it. He goes, you get it. That's incredible.
Well, who was he walking with when they were like arm in arm, and then all of a sudden they let go of him and he just wandered the other way? Was it a veteran or something, like an old?
There was an Easter bunny came over to get him. Do you remember that? There was a fucking Easter bunny. He was doing whatever speech around Easter, and he walked the wrong way, And the guy who was CIA agent probably dressed up as an Easter Bunny had to come over and tap on the shoulder and goes, "This way, Mr. President." And he's like, "Oh, thanks, Mr. Bunny."
Thanks, Easter Bunny. Like it goes to the commercial.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, fuck it. You know, he has no power. Let anyone be in charge. You know what I mean?
Well, nobody's really in charge. They're just front runners.
We need a squad. I want to get like a 5 people, like a superhero squad. You know what I mean? We'll have
okay.
a tall one, a black one.
Okay, I like
woman.
this. A woman? Oh, thank you.
A woman's in there.
A female.
One of the 5. Let's not go crazy.
Just
right?
one. Just let's not get silly.
But like, you look, if Biden slips in the shower,
the other 4 have to be men for sure. Big cocks, the whole thing.
Yeah, one of them can be Irish.
Live the Irish alone, the Irish curse, huh?
God damn it.
My Aunt Suzanne used to say about my brother Johnny, he's the reason Irish eyes are smiling. And I was like, oh my God. Like, so awful. Why is your aunt looking at your... Yeah. But he was a baby.
Oh, okay. I thought he was a bit older.
I know. He was 31. It was fine.
Yeah. My granny used to hit on me when she didn't know. She had dementia, but she forgot she didn't know who I was.
Right.
Pretty fucking...
You look like her husband.
I guess I look like my grandfather.
Right.
And to a degree. So I'd walk in with my mother and she wouldn't know who either of us are. And then she'd just be sitting there going, "Oh, hello." And she's like, "Are you two dating?" And my mother was like, "No, that's my son." And she's like, "Oh," and then she'd be like smacking my arse going, "Oh, you're a fine bit of stuff." She goes, "You're a fine bit of stuff." And I'm like, "Geez, my granny's a whore. Get it together."
Granny likes you, man.
Yeah, she never went too much, but it would be very funny. She was like, "Come on now, give us a go." It would be very funny to have your granny go on. Lob it into fuck, would you? Yeah,
my grandpa was a whore like that, but that's normal when it's like a man.
Pop was a whore.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like he's had Parkinson's, and when he like his mind started going, like, you know, the nurses would come in and be like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
Like he still got, like, he just sit up all of a sudden. And you're like, wait, what?
He got put his dicky. Put the shirt thing.
I never been with one like you, he'd say. Like wild shit.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I think horrible things all the time.
Sure.
And obviously, I think part of being like a sane human is that you've got that filter of like, you know, you might even have intrusive thoughts, or you might just be like, how crazy it would be if I just fucking screamed the N-word right now in the middle of this train. How crazy
what would
that
happen?
Be? Like, that's crazy.
But to you, does it have the same, like, because you're from Ireland, so like, if you were in Ireland and you said that, what would happen?
I don't know.
Nothing really.
Well, you wouldn't get beat up.
Right.
You wouldn't get beat up.
But in America, that means so much more. You know what I mean? Like, so.
There's a lot of weight to the word.
100%. But I'm saying, like,
Ireland's actually really right now going through some. You can't say, like, they really get mad if you say like retard.
Yeah, they're trying to come up. Nice.
But retard, okay. I thought they tried to like get rid of it, and then it just like kind of just stuck around.
Well,
right?
why are we responsible for that word? Like like I'm older, so that word I was called that my whole life.
Yes.
Like, normal. Yeah. Like it didn't have any weight to it, if you will.
Yes.
But they've changed. Like I think it was first idiot. I'm not. I maybe a little off here, but
I understand.
I'm not a big reader, but
some would say retarded.
I was in a bar once getting felt up, and this guy said, but no, it's like it was idiot, and then they changed it to retard. So it was like you can't say idiot, and then idiot lost its way, and then retard. So I'm just saying, why don't they just leave it?
It's what's it called, the euphemism treadmill or something like that, where they just keep changing things.
You just keep and all it does is make it worse and worse and worse. Now, the N-word was something derogatory immediately. The retard was like, sorry, I keep saying it, and I'm saying like I'm, you know, but that was like a terminology for like to. Whatever, like a disease.
Yes,
I hate to say it. Like,
there's moron and idiot and all these things are like scientific things.
Sure.
But you're saying the N-word was never an official scientific.
No, it was right. It was a mean thing that people made up maliciously.
Yeah.
To say, you know, against a certain group of people.
Yes.
Yeah. Now in high school, all my black friends would be like, it just means ignorant person. And then every time they would say it, they would go, well, they ignorant. I was like, you're right. So when I would get mad, I would say, stop being ignorant. And then they'd be like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I'm like, but we were all really close, you know, and we would talk shit to one another. Philadelphia, it's different, but You knew, like I wouldn't. You like you're saying, say it on a subway. I wouldn't do my. It could. Speaking of handicap / retarded, my sister.
That's worse than just saying.
I know. What's worse?
You
It is
fucked it up there.
handicapped meant like
Yeah,
enabled.
jingly and jangly.
Right.
Jingly and
okay.
jangly. That's how we'd say it in Ireland.
Jingly.
He's a bit jingly, that guy.
Really?
And he'd be like bouncing around in crutches. Yeah.
I like that.
A bit jingly.
He's a jingly and jangly. I like that. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, he jingles and jangles.
Jingle, jangle, jingle.
Yeah.
Like Christmas, they're like, what? What are you saying?
Well, we put bells on them in Ireland. That's
Yeah,
what
of course. So you know they're coming.
Yeah.
Jingle,
Like lepers,
jingle.
yeah. Uh-oh.
But my sister worked with adult mentally retarded women. And that's how she said it. And that's how the paperwork was. And that's how it, And there was one girl, her name was Peggy, and she was older. And I want to say like in her 60s, 50s, 60s. I don't know. She seemed really old to me, but I was little. So it was like scary. And she was so sweet and everything. But whatever home, like where she was at prior to getting into my sister's care, they used to beat them up really bad. The guards would beat them up, hit them or whatever. And they were predominantly black. And so she'd be on the subway dropping hard N-bombs. And my sister was like, no, she's like, and they couldn't explain it. So it got so bad that they had to buy my sister a car. Because if this girl saw a man in uniform, one, and if he was black, that was doubling down.
Oh, wow.
So a man in uniform.
And then when they got the car, there was a little wink of,
it was awful. She's like tackling cops. You know what I mean? Like this, and she's strong.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've heard.
The strength.
What they call that? Moron strength.
Moron was another one.
Yeah.
Like all these were terminology that doctors would use.
Yeah, I think. But it is not. I think
simple.
It's
Simpleton.
Yeah, simple was that's an old one. Mong was a what? Remember Mong? Mongoloid. Mongoloid was one.
That was a deformation, right?
I think it was a broad.
Or was it?
It was a deformity, but it was first of all it was a slur on Mongolian people because they
not nice.
They had bow legs.
Oh.
They rode so many horses that their legs were bowed. This is hot. This is a true.
If there's any Mongos out there listening, I'm in.
Their balls must be smoothed down from all the horse riding too. Smooth.
That sucks.
So they rode so many horses that their legs became bow-legged because they would just be on horses all day. So then people were like making fun of them. Yeah, you're a Mongoloid, and then it became I think it became a scientific thing. The Mongoloid.
Wow. Well, that's kind of fucked up. They're like, you know what? We'll just name it after them.
There was a racist beginning to it, but the word was the nice word, and then Mong became like a real offensive word again. But all words just keep changing though. Like that's a thing in natural.
Sure. And who can keep up?
Like when you be like, oh, that was like Louis' old bit, or that was amazing, or whatever. Louis had the root to he's like back in the day, amazing was like
CK.
Louis CK. Yes.
Yeah. He has so many great bits, but yeah, he definitely is good at breaking down where it came from. I wish I had that.
So I had the thing about the Amazon. He said something about amazing. He's like, he heard some guy who's like ordered chicken wings or something. He's like, oh my God, that's amazing. And he's like, amazing used to be like fucking Pegasus or something.
Right.
Now it's just chicken wings. But same with words. Evolve like that.
Yes. Words lose their meaning when said too much or used wrong.
Yeah.
In the wrong manner. Like it's just like I feel like people that speak proper English look at Americans like, what the fuck did you do? Yeah. Especially like if you go to Boston. Yeah. They sound retarded. Pack the cat. Pack the cat. I love Boston accent.
Yeah. Yes. You probably have a lot of similarities with Boston. Boston and Philly's like the same type of thing.
You're calling us both racist? Is that what's happening?
Yeah,
but
we're all retarded.
Yes, and definitely retarded.
You're like close to You're like a New York. You're like a New York satellite city, right? So you're really
Boston's a little further. Philly's a little closer to Boston.
Okay, but it's still the same. I think it's the same vibe. It's all like Irish, Italian workers.
Ours is predominantly. Well, I'm South Philly, so it's predominantly Italian.
Oh, okay.
So like growing up, I got yelled at a lot in Italian. A lot. Like people cursing. So I know a lot of curse words in Italian. My neighborhood was predominantly.
I never asked this before. Was there ever an Italian slur for Irish, like Paddy type of thing?
Medigons. They call us Medigons. Medigons. Medigon meant like white Irish, white American.
Whitey? Dirty white face?
Yeah.
Fucking whitey? Nice.
Like,
yeah.
Our good...
Wait, the Italians would call you whiteys because they weren't... Yeah, okay.
Sure. Yeah. They get mad when I say that, but yes. The Moors. I mean, the Italians. And... But our good friend, they moved from Italy when I think we were in like 3rd or 4th grade, and my brother Billy and him became instant friends, and me and Billy are like Irish twins, so we were inseparable. And I didn't know I was really a girl, so I would run around with them all the time. And we immediately were teaching him how to do like dumb American shit, if you will. And we were breaking into these U-Haul trucks, and we got the paddy wagon, threw us in the back. Cops came, threw us in the back just to scare us, but they drive us home. I mean, we're in 3rd grade, idiots. Yeah. So they would drive us to our houses. And I remember his mother came out, and she barely spoke English. And she went, as soon as she seen me, my brother Billy, like, 2 idiots in the back of a paddy wagon with their son that just came here. She went, disgraziato, americana, tu. And she's like, I think she's talking to us.
She's spitting at you.
100%. And then it was poor Mrs. Tassione, because her older son, Rosario, became best friends with my brother Johnny.
Oh, no.
So he was just locked in. They were locked into the Kerrigans.
They were stealing cars and shit. Yes.
We got, no, they didn't get that bad, but we definitely got them in some trouble.
Nice. I love you dropped a couple of like almost derogatory Irish things. Irish twins.
Irish twins? Is that derogatory?
I kind of know. It wasn't implying that all Irish women just have babies all the time.
No, it's when you're born in the same year, you and your sibling.
Yeah, but
because they do it on top of each other.
Yeah, so the point is that every 10 months you have a baby in Ireland.
Yeah.
At least. So that's
funny.
why they say. So it's Irish twins is implying that Irish women are constantly pregnant.
Well, my mom had 10 kids in the span of 15 years and took a 2.5-year break. So it's an accuracy, if you will.
Stereotypes, they grow from truth. You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And then the paddy wagon. You said paddy wagon.
Paddy wagon, where the Irish cops drive us
but we call them paddy wagons too.
Yeah.
So
because usually the cops are Irish.
In Ireland, yes.
in America too.
Yeah.
And so there's very few Italians, but I mean they're in there for sure. But
yeah, well, no, I don't like the fact that the Irish became the cops. There's something like kind of rat.
Well,
ratty about it. I don't like it.
They're definitely rats.
Yeah, well,
I have a lot of friends.
Corrupt cops. They're never good again, right?
I have a lot of friends that became cops, and it was shocking to me because the neighborhood we grew up in was like a mob-ish. And
do you remember the name of the mob guys?
None of your business, but yes. My mom still lives in the same neighborhood, so I don't say too much. But yeah,
they're all gone. Or what?
Maybe in your neighborhood, but
what was the name of the guy?
I know what they're.
Because I've read about all these guys, I never remember their names.
Who?
I actually remember his name. The fucking there was a guy who held a lot of peace in Philly for a long time, and then he died.
Was he little or Angelo? You talking about older or younger?
Older, but then
Angelo Bruno.
Yeah. Died in 91 or something, was it?
Yeah.
Honestly, I read up all these guys. And then after that,
but then like people are like, "Oh, this," and then they say it like it's fantasy. I'm like, no, they were my neighbors. Like, what are you saying right now?
Wow.
You have to take it down a notch. But yeah, I get nervous because I'm like, oh yeah,
because of the way you're raised.
And so it's like you keep everything quiet. Like, for instance, there was somebody, and this was kind of like recently, who hit a bunch of cars in the neighborhood.
What, he's a drunk driver or something?
Whatever. And it's none of our business, And
well, for some reason he vandalized it.
What they did was realize what they did. No one called the cops.
Oh yeah.
The person just came back and took care of it.
Okay. Yeah.
That happened like 2 years ago.
Oh, recently? Yes. Interesting.
So I don't like, to me, it's like, it's different. Yes, it's all changed, but it's still.
Yeah, it's
still some.
The old way of doing things.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yes.
Interesting.
So you don't, I don't usually fuck around.
That's okay. Clip that and put her talking about rat, you little rat. Talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, and all our friends that we all grew up together, I'm like, became a cop? What are you doing? Like, you're not telling things, are you? Like, like, no, we're just getting a pension.
Yeah, it's a pension.
I'm like, okay. Yeah. Because they do make decent money, and if they, retire early or whatever. They do take care of you.
Yes.
So that's impressive.
Well, yeah, I know a lot of people. It was like they'd fill out sanitation, they'd fill out cop and fucking fireman or whatever.
Fireman or big one.
Yeah, and then it would just be a lucky dip of whatever you got. So you could be in sanitation, or you could be a cop. It didn't really matter. It was just whatever you got offered. And you're like, all right, great.
And no one liked us. The Irish, when they came here, I say us like I came here with it.
Yeah,
but no one liked the Irish because we got kicked out pretty early, I believe. I think the English shipped us off, my family, if you will.
Okay.
Pretty early. My grandmom's name is Joyce. So
nice.
Kerrigan. Yeah, so we just like doubled down. There's Donahue's in there.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
just
Yeah.
white on white crime all day. And so so they I'm saying, like, when the Irish were here, no one liked them. So it was like, don't hire the Irish. Don't do this. So we got the shitty jobs, if you will, and the police and the fire department. Those were like the...
Yeah.
I don't want to call them shitty jobs because they're excellent jobs, and most people do go in them. Like the police force, they go in it with hopes of, we're going to keep the peace. We're going to... And then they get in there and they're like, oh, I can do this for this long, and then make... Okay.
Yeah.
You start looking at the numbers.
I've never, obviously it's different from whoever you know, but I've never met anyone who's like, I got into cop. I want to be a cop because I was like, I want to protect the neighborhood. And it's always just like, give me just a job.
It's the money.
I'll be in and out. Doesn't matter.
I won't make any eye contact, guys.
Exactly.
I'm just here.
Same with guys who become prison wardens and all this stuff or whatever. Let me just fucking.
But I have a good friend that's the sergeant. A sergeant, and he really does it. He really tries to help, and he really does a lot for like the inner city, like because we grew up in not a great area, and it wasn't terrible. I can't ever say I grew up in a terrible area, but like you always had to watch your back or watch what you say or things like that. And then because our neighborhood was kind of protected.
Yeah.
So we, as long as you didn't fuck with that.
Yeah.
You were good everywhere else. And then you just have to deal with other elements. But that was just street fighting and whatever, dumb stuff. Normal.
Yeah, it's funny how that's the same all over the world, but they got the criminals in Dublin.
Sure.
There's like there was, when they were running the best, it was like you couldn't get parking tickets and that type of street.
Yeah.
There was things that just didn't go on.
Never saw a parking person in our neighborhood until they started that parking wars. And then they were like, oh my God, everybody in South Philly double parks. We can make a fortune down here. And then that lasted about a year, and then I haven't seen them since.
Oh, well, the local authorities are like, let's get all these double parking things. Like, all right, let's see what happens.
They don't come in there anymore.
Yeah. Those tickets that'll be shoved up their ass, right? Yeah. They come back in.
But people were videoing, like, because it became that time where the people ratting on people.
Rats.
And so you'd see like a guy with like a wife beater on, if you will. I know that's not proper too. But
that's all right. No,
what is it called? Like a white tank top, and it'd have like
guinea tea. It's called a guinea tea. It's not a wife beater. That's offensive.
Guinea teas.
A guinea tea. Yeah.
And they have like spaghetti sauce. What are you doing to my fucking?
Hey,
it's hysterical. So good, so good. But it was like sometimes I'd see videos and I'm like, oh fuck, I know him. Like,
that's great.
Yeah, you text them like, "Hey man, they put it on the internet because most people don't go on the internet."
They go, what the fuck? It's on the Facebook.
Yeah. Like my brother Jimmy won't go to the local grocery store because he's like, it's like Facebook. Everybody's fucking in there. I don't want nobody to see me, so he'll go to a different place just to not have to deal with.
That's great.
But none of them are on. I only have like 2 brothers that go on Facebook. 3.
Yeah.
Out of 6.
Yeah, I'm like that. All my high school friends, none of them are on. I don't like. They're not my friends because like we don't talk. So it's like I'll get home and like ring them. It's like, are you still around? What's going on? Because if they're not on social media, I don't know what I'm doing.
You're like, what are you doing? How do you survive?
They're dead. Yeah. They could have. Yeah.
But that's cool. They don't do it.
Yeah, and it's funny. I go home and then I see these guys and I see them every 3 years or something because that's when they're available. And then I'm like, any news? And they go, no. And I go, you? And they go, no. All right, and you'll be drinking. And then he's like, oh shit, my wife's calling me. He's like, you got married? He's like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you. Whatever.
She's bringing the kid. You have kids?
Yeah.
Why would you?
The twins are sick. And I'm like, what the fuck?
The twins are sick.
You go, what's going on? Yeah, but that's like that's also a good thing. Sometimes I'm jealous of back in the day. If you came over here in the 80s,
Sure.
you didn't have to stay in contact with anyone, but you'd just be like, "I'll see you in 10 years," and then you're still friends.
And you get excited.
But now it's because of social media. If you don't talk to someone for a year, it feels like they're my old friend.
Even the 90s were like that, though.
Yeah.
Like because I moved to LA in the 90s, and when I would go back to Philly, it was like great because all these people that I never didn't see it. If it was Thanksgiving or something, they'd be coming home or just hanging out, and we'd go to local bars and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, I haven't seen you in years. Like I never went to a high school or grade school reunion kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't do that. But you could just go home and it's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one leaves.
Yeah, no one goes.
It's very rare.
There's nowhere to go. So what was that like coming out here in the 90s?
93, I came out here. I'll be dead within the hour.
Could you describe that? Could you describe it as a feeling?
It was great. Describe it.
You came out. You wanted to be an actress.
Yeah.
You came out.
And I came out with my ex, Mario. You probably say Mario, but we don't talk like that.
Mario. I say Mario.
Mario.
I say Mario. Is that wrong? Mario.
Well, it's right where I come from.
Well, that's the Irish. That's what we say, like Super Mario, bro. Well, you say Mario?
Oh my God, so many people yell at me. My co-host, Rick Ingram, screams at me. He's like, it's Mario. We literally have fights.
Like Mar?
I say Mar.
Yeah, that's the...
I say Mar.
I drive a car.
Car.
I drive a car to Mario's house. I swear that's how we talk. Yeah.
So, yeah, I say Mario.
Car is very posh.
I don't want to say his name too much. He might pop up. It's like Beetlejuice. But
Mario Scupo.
I had a few of them.
A couple of Marios in your life. Okay.
Yes.
A couple of interchangeable
My mother would say,
Tonys.
Where, can you find a nice Irish guy? And I go, where?
Yeah.
I didn't move to this neighborhood.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, you want a drunk.
I wasn't in charge. Why didn't we move to 2nd Street where all the Irish are, or 30th Street where all the other Irish are? Like, I didn't know. Like, growing up, it was like all my friends had like. I remember I met. Do you know Vic DiBitetto?
I know of him.
He's a comic, right? Yeah. So, another friend, Steve Sharippa. I'm such a name dropper right now.
I love it. Yeah, dropping all the names nobody knows.
Well, sure. Yeah, nobody knows. But I'll say Bacala from Sopranos, and they know it.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby.
Yes.
But he was running the Riviera years ago.
Okay.
Like he was trying to break in, but he wasn't like really crazy serious about it, I guess. So he was working at the Riviera and he would book comics. And at the time I was waiting tables at the Comedy Store. So Steve was like, if you have any, I can't, a lot of comics keep getting stuck in the snow, blah, blah, blah. If I call you, will you send? I said, yeah, of course. So it was like, the young guys like John Caparillo at the time, they were all coming up. Steve Ranazizi, Ari Shaffir.
Yeah.
I think Ari got banned for life. Thanks, Ari. Anyway.
What did he do? Get his nuts out?
Just an ass.
What the fuck did he do?
Just an ass. But I would send them to Sharippa, and Sharippa would use them as like host or, features. So Steve and I became good friends. And then when I started doing comedy, he booked me with Vic DiBitetto. And I was the host. And I brought Vic up. I was like, Vic DiBitetto. And he's like, no one ever says my name right.
Oh, because you knew all the...
I'm from South Philly. Your name's like Smith, where I come from. If it's Smith, I stumble. If it's DiBitetto.
I dismount when I'm saying his name. I'm like Vic D.
You get or Sebastian Maniscalco. Like people are like, what? How do you know his name?
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Scalco,
is it?
Yep.
Yeah. And Vic DiBitetto.
DiBitetto.
Yeah, whatever. DiBitetto.
I don't know why. It's like ingrained. It's like, fuck that. One of my best friends was Bianculli, Tabarelli. It was all
Fugazi.
big.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah.
They were all like big names like that. So whatever. I was just the extremely white girl who stood out.
Yeah.
Or the sunburned girl in the picture. Just blistering. It's so sad. But so when I moved here, it was like exciting. Me and Mario moved together. And
was he acting, that guy?
He decided he was at the last minute, but he really didn't care.
He just wanted to,
Yeah. We were together for a long time. Like all through high school.
Yeah.
College, I didn't really go to college, but whatever. I left early. I quit and moved here.
Yeah.
And then
came out was a lot of drugs. What's your do you drink?
I don't do anything.
Did
kind
you
of
ever?
fucked up. Mm-mm.
No, never.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
I've never even smoked pot.
What?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Ari wants me to get high. He always used to break my balls that he was going to get
have
me
an
high.
edible. Have an edible.
Have this, have that. I'm like, I'm
just
good.
have a nice edible. Maybe you'll be one of
Really?
those like later on in life people to just eat edibles.
I think when I get in the old folks home, I'm definitely going to start shooting up heroin. I'm going to go right for the jug.
Yes. Good
Just
age.
get some fentanyl. Get some.
Get some fat. Yeah.
Cut it all together and just
Take
wipe me
yourself.
out.
Yeah, euthanasia. That'd be pretty sick if when those the suicide clinics, the euthanasia clinics,
Yeah.
where they kill you, but they give
Like
you.
Kevorkian's house or
But
whatever.
they give you a good like heroin high for a while. That'd be cool. Come in on a Friday, give you a lot of
So
heroin.
just coast out, man. The same way we came in. We don't know how it happened.
Yeah, let just go.
fucking go
Let
out
it
the
just
way you came in.
Slowly goes black. Yeah.
That'd be great. Fade to black.
Isn't there?
Sorry.
There's a lot of stuff in the news now. People complaining about the euthanasia clinics in
Right
Canada.
now?
Yeah, a lot of. I don't know what it is. What's
People
that?
are killing themselves in Canada. They have universal health
What's the
care.
problem? What's the problem
It's
with
called
that?
MAID.
MAID?
Is the program in
Is it because
Canada.
they're advertising it or something?
No, it's because at least one person, the reason why she wanted to kill herself was because she was in poverty. And so instead of just giving her a place to live, they
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But the problem is here's
I mean, hey.
here's the
How old was she?
She wasn't that old. I can't remember.
She
I'll
was-
look it up.
she
I'll
was
look it up.
18.
Yeah, I'll look
Yeah.
up how old she was.
and by poverty she
But
didn't-
like I'm
she-
saying, if
her-
she's
her,
50, all right, let her go. But if she,
her parents wouldn't get her a new iPhone, so she's like, I'm gonna go pay $1,000.
that's how today is.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is bullshit.
But they inject you. It's kind of like a nice thing.
Sure.
If you can't kill yourself, what can you do in this world? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you're, I don't know. I don't
think
know why
it's-
it's such a big stipulation on it. Like I think it's fine.
The only problem is if you were watching, let's say there's a commercial for this MAID, right? Which is what their initials, what they stand for. Make
I'll look, it's,
Make a something debt enterprises.
Canada's Medical Assistance in Dying.
Medical assistance in dying. MAID.
Nothing
Made.
to what you said. Like I thought you were coming up with some medical term, and I was like, wow,
I
that
was
must be
guessing.
interesting. And it's just
I was trying to guess the acronym, but which is funny because they would have said nice.
sorry.
Put that on loop.
Don't.
They had to sit down when they come up with the program, like come up with an
Sure.
acronym that works, and they're like debt assisted this.
Yeah.
Debts.
I mean, it's devastating when someone takes their life. Like I've had multiple friends that took their lives.
Yeah, but not if they go, hey, on Friday I'm going to kill myself at this clinic. I'm booked into the death clinic. So it's like not as bad as like just someone's brains all over a fucking kitchen or whatever, you know?
Right. Right.
You know, there's something dignified about it. It's like, look, my back is killing me.
It sucks.
The
'cause-
Chicago Bears are terrible.
God damn it. The Rams haven't won a game in.
Yeah. They would drive you to death, these guys. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, it does suck that way, but at the same time, it's like, to each his own.
They
To
do.
each his
They
own.
give you a lot of options to be like, look, here, go talk to this person before you fucking inject.
Well,
you.
obviously they didn't if they killed a lady who couldn't find a place to live.
I think that was her reasoning behind it, was it? But she didn't actually do it, did she?
No. She's trying to go through final approval now, I believe. She's 31 years old.
Oh.
She's 31 years old. She's chronically ill. And the issue is that there's the potential that because of her, she has certain chemical sensitivities.
Yes.
Mhm.
So she can't just live anywhere. She has to have like special accommodations.
Like a
And-
mansion, like the hills, the
Yeah.
Beverly Hills. It's like a thing.
Well, she can't have any exposure to
I need
cigarette
bay
smoke.
windows. What?
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. Good
Oh.
view. She has a what?
She can't have any exposure to like cigarette smoke, air fresheners, laundry chemicals, a bunch of different things.
Yeah, get
So-
rid of that. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She
They-
got a bad ply.
they
She
should-
got a bad ply.
They should have got rid of her when early.
Yeah.
That's against her will. She doesn't even want to do it. Get
Yeah,
out.
She got to walk
Get
around
out.
with something around her nose
Yeah.
so she can fucking function. That's a problem.
But it's funny if they were advertising this product like this. Is like, is your life shitty? And then they hire like an actor who's like kind of like me. He's like
they just follow me around for
It's
a
like,
day.
yeah.
Like, is your life like this?
the actor. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
wearing like the same clothes as you. They kind of have the same job. There's like,
You should take your life. What?
what do you got? About $400 in the bank? That's enough. That's okay.
Hey man, that's wealth.
Yeah, put on. Hey, can I get this
That's
on
extreme wealth. Who has $400?
You go in. Do you do a payment plan? They go, that's like a little bit.
But you don't have to pay to get it done, do you?
You do.
That would be fucked up.
In Canada, it's free.
Universal health care.
No, you still got to pay a little something, right? It's
I
illegal.
don't know.
It's illegal in Ireland, but
Really? That's the Catholic shit.
yeah, you know what? Yeah,
Protestants are like, let them do it. No, I'm just kidding.
Switzerland's where you go for it.
Sure.
And my mother is always telling me she's probably going to do it eventually at some point.
She says that.
Well, she just says she doesn't want to just be like old and shit in her pants.
Is it the Irish way? Like we just rot from the inside out. Like we can't wait to die. It's
There's
all we
something
think about.
But you know what the problem is she goes, when I'm older and I'm like in that state, I'm like.
My mom says the same thing. She's 84.
Yeah, but she'll be saying that now. She'll be saying that for another 20 years. She goes, when I'm 108, I'm doing it. You know, and no one wants to do it.
Right.
But apparently, if I help my mother get on that plane,
she would be
and fly to Switzerland and kill herself, I can get prosecuted for assisted suicide in Ireland. Like there's like rules like about it.
Wow.
Weird, right? Assisted suicide, I guess.
But I do believe it's the Catholic Church, like because they're like, you know, you die naturally.
They love that. Yeah, we love that.
Yeah. We got to control something.
Yeah.
Look, life's miserable. That's why we invented Catholicism.
Yes.
For you to have hope.
Yeah.
And bizarro shit.
And can I say, when someone, let's say your mother dies or something, and when you're Catholic and you're trying to comfort someone, it's a great one to be just be like, she's in a better place. You know, that's a great.
Sure.
It's a great one to be like, oh, she's in a better place. You know, it's better. You know, she's up there now dancing with Elvis. You know,
or like when they say, like, if somebody's married a long time, oh, she's up there with her husband. Like, you think that's what he wanted? It's Dom Irera has a bit about that. You think that's what he wanted? He wants her up there. He's been up there for years without this dumb bitch.
And he hasn't aged. Right. She aged.
Or like, when they say she's in a better place, you know what's a better place? Hawaii. That's Dom's bit. Because it's true. It's like, that's not a better place. Is it a better place? Like
heaven? That's what they
is there heaven? I mean, this is some nonsense they made up to make you believe. To get through the day.
Catholicism is great. It's a great little get through the day.
It's a little trick.
Do your best. God is watching. But if you want to just apologize at the last minute, that's fine too.
Sure. No, you have to. It's called your last rites.
It's great though. So you just go, I'll just want to be a sinner until like 10 minutes at the end and go, oh, by the way, sorry about all that. Let's go to the top.
To the moon.
That's exactly it.
I think, I forget who had this bit, but they would say like, maybe it was Rogan, but it was something along the lines of like, Catholicism was created to calm down the rowdiest of people. And if you think about it, it's the Spanish, the Irish, the Italian. And we were like a little bit of the nuttiest that you couldn't control. So they were like, hey, man, we literally have to put the fear of God in these motherfuckers, like to calm them down.
I think, but a lot of religion was like that. Just going,
sure.
All right, stop fucking each other.
Stop killing one another.
Yeah, let's just get this thing rolling. You know, be nice. Blah, blah,
each, you know, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Like all these crazy little.
And then, but now society kind of needs them. We need to come back to these kind of rules. Like there's a reason people are like,
settle down. Now people are getting what is called consciousness. They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This isn't real.
But all these polyamorous kids all have fucking depression and everything like that.
Sure.
So maybe go to church every Sunday.
You could use a little faith.
Get some real fans.
Use a little hope.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what faith does. It gives you like, okay, it's not in my hands.
Yeah.
So it relieves you of any kind of accountability, if you will. No, I'm kidding. It's not in my hands. Like, you know, so you can't blame yourself. You can't beat yourself up. You can't. It's in God's hands now. It's, you know, if God wants it, you know, throw it on somebody else, but you're not throwing it on. I'm not throwing it on you. I'm throwing it on the universe, if you will.
Yeah. I'm not stop being religious again. Just get that in.
There you go.
That's like my thing.
I used to go to church all the time. I used to do all of it. Yeah.
When you were young? Like
no. Even recently? In LA. Because once I moved to LA, I was like, oh, God doesn't live here at all.
Sinners. Yeah.
It was insane. And
everyone was gay and doing coke, and you're like, what is this?
The gay thing I was already a part of. Like I hung at gay bars in Philly. It was my shit. I was what did they call me? The fag hag. You know, that was I would love it.
Hag.
But moving out here, that didn't bother me. But yeah, there was drugs and there was just, I mean, you hear of an overdose every 30 to 40 seconds, you know, and it wasn't like intentional. It was like, oh, fuck, we were doing too much.
Yeah.
We got too high.
Just doing too much coke and dying sounds great. Compared to nowadays, where it's like you just accidentally do fentanyl while you're doing coke.
Right.
But doing so much coke that you die is pretty kind of cool. Meeting
people, like I remember my friend met this guy and he had a big Rolls Royce, and he was like, you girls want to come for a ride? My friend was like, yeah, come with. And I was like, I'm not getting in somebody's fucking car. You know, I'm a hood rat. I'm not, you know, it's a nice shiny object. I'm not getting in the fucking car with two dudes I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
And then she goes, we'll get in, but you have to let me drive. And I was like, oh, you're ballsy.
Wow.
And then and she was from LA. So I was like, let's see what he says. And he goes, okay. And then we drove. He's like telling her where to go, kind of a thing. But she was doing it, and I'm just sitting in the back watching this little older fucker. Like, I dare you, motherfucker! I dare you! Like, I'm waiting to kill somebody.
You're ready.
Right?
Yeah, you got your keys.
I'm all nervous, but nervous energy of like, if this guy even flinches, I'm gonna snap his neck. Right?
He just goes. And you're like,
oh, sorry, buddy.
Sorry,
I thought you were coming after me.
I shanked you. Apologize.
But it was like that. So, my friend was like this free spirit, LA, you know?
Yeah, hippie.
And so he goes, you want to come to my house? It was right up in the hills. And she's like, I'd love to see your house. I'm like, oh, fuck me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, my back is like, up. And she's just fucking rolling around in flowers and shit. And I'm like, you know, who's worse? Like, is she better or am I better? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. And so her and the guy disappeared. Me and the fucking older dude, he's like, oh, let me show you the upstairs. And I'm like, all right.
Oh.
Like, because it was a house that went up.
Yeah.
Like, it was the living room upstairs. It wasn't like the bedroom, you know? But they were all on the same floor. And then he goes, look at this view. And I was like, wow. And I had a wrap around to the bedroom. And I was like, holy shit. So we were like out looking at the view. And I kept looking back like, my friend may be dead. I mean, and then I'm looking like, I guess if I hang jump from this roof, you know, from this fucking balcony, I'm like planning an escape route. And when I went to it led into the bedroom, and he goes, this is the master bedroom. And he like went in before me. And I was still like kind of looking and thinking like, how am I getting out of here? Where's my friend? I didn't hear any screams. And I swear it had to be, felt like 8 seconds. And I went in the bedroom, and he was laying on the bed completely naked. And he was like, you like? And I was like, no, I don't. You got to cover that shit up.
Wow,
right? And I go, put your fucking clothes on. You got the wrong one. And he goes, oh, it makes you nervous? I put a pillow. And he put a little fucking, by the way, this guy was a gigantic producer. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
I had no idea. And
it sounded a little broken English there, but he goes, I put pillow.
He did.
He
yeah.
go, I put
Israeli.
Pillow. Oh, okay. Nice. Work it out. Someone in the comments, figure it out.
Figure it out. He's dead now.
1993, dead Israeli producer.
And so I think he died of old age. He was old then. If he's still alive, it's amazing.
Like,
good genes.
You want to see bedroom?
He's still showing his dick to people. And it didn't look appealing. I was like, bro, seriously? I mean, I started giggling because I'm like, this guy's not, what's he going to do to me now? Chase me with his little pecker running around? And so I just went downstairs. I go, I said to my friend, do you want to stay or you want to go? Because this guy's naked.
What was she doing? Was she off blowing the other guy?
No, not at all. They were really hitting it off, and they wound up dating for real. Wow. And he was embarrassed that the guy did that. So he took us back down to the comedy store.
He had to pretend. He's like, he did what?
Yeah.
Oh, he did? I never would have.
He was in clothing. He was like a clothing guy.
Okay.
So he wanted to show off his clothes. But they dated for a couple weeks. Like, what didn't last, but whatever. Yeah. But it was like fucking Hollywood, man. That's what it was.
Nice.
Crazy shit. They didn't care. This little pecker. 3 months in, and I see this little Israeli pecker. I've seen others since, and they're not all little. So thank you.
There you go. You got to just spread out the type of people.
And his name was David. Like, weird. You guys can check him out if you can find him.
You gave us so much information.
There. Yeah, I'll give you his address in a minute. I'm so angry. I'm just kidding. I'm not angry anymore.
So you've been out here a while, and things have.
It's been a long time, and so I'm still not successful. But I probably should have slept with him. That might have helped.
That guy? Yeah,
maybe.
He would have put you in.
You could have put me in the pictures, kid.
Planet of the Apes or something. The original.
That's how long ago it feels like. You're going to be in the picture, kid.
Yeah. So what we do is I answer questions from
Okay.
the Patreon.
Okay.
If you guys want your questions answered, go to patreon.com/Colum Tyrrell. You can leave a little question. And they range from anything they want.
Okay.
And also, a lot of the questions are really bad too, But it's like that's it. But that's the bit. That's the gimmick of the thing.
That's the gimmick.
So, and you can take this as seriously and whatever way you want.
I'm
So
going to
this-
take it all serious.
Yeah, this question comes in from Jason Mitchell. What do you think about letting biological women in sports use steroids? I think that is how you make women's sports watchable. And
I think that's how you make them men, but I like what you're saying.
and it gets rid of the trans winning the sports.
Dominating the
and that-
sports, you mean? Like,
Yeah, and then we can laugh at them for losing. I guess laugh at trans women winning for losing. All
Sure.
right, Jason Mitchell, a lot of questions in one. That was a bit of a
So
bit of a
it-
3 for 1. That's like cheating the
that's
system.
a lot of questions.
Too
there,
many different
Chase.
variations there. I think. All right, do you want to take this?
No, steroids. I don't. I mean, when used properly, it makes the game more fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think steroids
Mhm.
should be legal in every sport,
Mm-hmm.
except for maybe fighting, because it's that kind of like
Oh, interesting.
they say
Okay.
it's like a thing, like because like it's your life is on the line kind of a thing.
Yeah, my nephew plays baseball,
Okay.
and I always teach you. Are you gonna start with the? Are you gonna do the? And he's like, no, I'm like,
Come on, we all did it.
Hey, come on, man! I want to see it.
Who's
He already hits like amazing.
Yeah,
He's
who's-
already like a hits out of the park. He played for the Twins. He just was
Yeah.
playing winter ball in Puerto Rican League
Oh wow.
in Puerto Rico. So he loving
Yeah.
it. You know, he's a monster. He's a beast. But
Who's the biggest ever steroid guy from baseball? Barry Bonds or something like that? Who's like the
wasn't it McGuire? Wasn't it Mark McGuire? Didn't they all? Bonds,
you know?
McGuire.
You
Well,
know.
but
McGuire, Bonds, Sosa, and
Sosa.
Sosa?
That's it.
Yeah. Just try showing him Sosa.
Cuban, Mark
Guy-
Cuban, not Mark
Yeah,
Cuban.
Mark
What's
Cuban
the one
was
I
out
liked? Mark. He played for the A's.
Mark.
The one who ratted on everybody.
Oh, little rat.
Like I blocked him out. I was so angry, but he was gorgeous. He played for
Yeah.
the A's.
Wow.
It'll
And he-
come to
and
me
he-
in
and
a
he ratted
second. It's
out
probably
on-
not Mark. I probably messed it up.
He came at the steroid use.
He ratted them all out in his book. Piece of shit.
Yeah,
But I
the
used to
book.
think he was
It's
so
the
hot.
book. It's the
I think
book,
I have his
though.
rookie card.
Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco both played for the
Jose,
A's, right?
I'm sorry, it's Jose, and that's
Yeah,
why
okay.
I'm putting them together. I'm mixing them together, but it was
Yeah.
Jose Canseco, who I was like,
Not Mark.
so hot, and
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's gorgeous, and I love
And
baseball
this
players.
Is your old Philly upbringing. He's a rat. He's a dirty.
That was
fucking
it.
rat.
He was out.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, they all burnt his books.
But women, the trans
The problem-
men,
here's the thing.
right? How do you say it? Trans man?
So a trans woman, which was a man into a woman,
right?
if they're in that league, then they can also just do steroids. So it's not actually going to beat the.
Sure, it's still going to be the same playing field. They're going to maybe if they're a trans man, a trans woman, they can't. They're not allowed to do the steroids.
Maybe that's one of
like
the ways.
that's a
one of
stipulation.
the
Or
rules
if they're a trans woman, they're definitely allowed to do the steroids to keep up with
the
the
trans man,
the biological
yeah.
men.
Yeah, it's also such a few cases of it that it's kind of doesn't warrant the news.
Right.
It's like it's always like just one.
100%.
So it's always just like some third place volleyball league and the fucking
you're like-
high school whatever. It's like who gives a fuck?
You're not even real.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
I want to see someone trans actually really make the big leagues. Like I want to see a fucking
Ooh.
a real. I
That
want
would
to
be
I want to
good.
see someone smashing Serena Williams records like or something.
Oh, that's fucked up. I want to see it the other way. I want to see
Oh.
like a
You want to see a trans
man
man?
like playing football, dominating,
Yeah,
like a wide receiver,
oh,
right?
yeah,
Good
yeah,
hands, fast, little.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, some little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the young man that was
It's
in
comp- it's-
Juno?
Oh, Elliot Page.
Elliot Page. Thank you. I didn't want to disrespect. So,
Yeah.
like that his size was
Tiny.
little, and you know what I mean, like
Tiny little Elliot. But you.
fast. If
roid it
if
up.
he played sports, I don't know if
It's
he's
too late. It's too late.
Oh
to make
yeah.
Elliot Page
He's probably
you gotta
right.
be
He might be
dominating.
a little older, right?
Yeah.
Because I have no issue at all with this because my whole life I wanted to be a boy, like bad. As a kid, I asked for a sex change. My mom wouldn't let me. She said we were poor.
Okay.
And I was it. Like I begged. I used to take my shirt off and tuck it in the back of my pants. No one noticed. How embarrassing. No one was like, hey, don't do that. Except for my mother was like, what are you doing? But no one noticed. So I think that I'm glad I waited, because if just say it was now, they probably would have put me on hormones, been like, oh, this kid really wants this. And I really did in that moment.
Yeah.
But then later I'm like, well, there's a lot of aggravation. It's a lot of switch up. And then I'm only going to like boys anyway. So now I'm a gay, if you will.
You're a gay man.
Right? Yeah. Is that what it would be? Yeah. So just weird.
Yeah,
a lot of unnecessary trips.
But yeah, let's give women steroids and just see what happens.
I agree.
And everything, just everyone should just be doing steroids constantly.
Just get a big fat clit coming at you. Let's do it.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Hell
so bad.
No, it's great.
Such a bitch.
What have you got? Can you plug stuff? Did we already do your live dates or no?
Yeah, I'm at the Ryman Auditorium. January 30th.
Ooh.
And then we're doing San Diego. This is all with Dice. San Diego. I think it's called Mic Drop. Is that right? The club in San Diego?
Yeah, it is.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're there the 27th and 28th.
Okay, great.
And then in I want to say May, I'm at Brad Garrett Brad Garrett's comedy club in Vegas.
In Vegas, yes.
And then June, I'm at the Tropicana in Vegas at the Laugh Factory headlining. Those I'm headlining.
Great.
So,
and all these tickets are you'll find them on the
find them on my website.
On the Comedy Club website. Yes, absolutely. Great.
Once I figure out how to use it.
Check out the Comedy Store podcast. Correct?
Oh yeah, Comedy Store podcast. Yep.
Great. All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I've always had fun talking to you, and it's good to see you. You're like kind of bi-coastal a bit, right?
Yeah, I try.
Well, I see you a lot. So
I go to New York as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because I want to be
brought back
both.
To reality, or feel
100%,
feel rich,
feel normal,
feel rich,
feel normal. I do want to eventually move back.
Oh yeah,
to the East Coast.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Yeah, all right. Well, I appreciate it, Ellen. Thanks everyone for.
Thank you.
Good luck.